With this essay exploring the influence of technology on humans, it would be only fair to acknowledge the mediation of this essay itself. In using two major technological human inventions, linear writing and the mechanical image, it is putting technology in the forefront as a form of meaning, but also as a form of mediation. The images and texts are used together to illustrate each other. The combination can result in a different meaning than if the mediums would be isolated from each other. The invention of the internet has made it possible to access such a great amount of writing, ideas, and images. By sampling small parts of videos, combining it with written sources, it will always result in something different than originally intended. It should also be noted that a lot of the texts are based on philosophical ideas, and therefore aren't necessarily the truth. But they are interesting views on the subject that I can personally relate to. Instead of nature and technology getting more separated, I think it is far more likely for them to actually become much closer. Designers like Yoris Larman use the rules of nature to design. He creates structures that are developed in the same way as bones are in nature. Structures become bigger where more support is needed, and smaller where enough support is achieved, which is exactly how nature functions. This is a very efficient and interesting way of designing. Philosophers like Kurt von Mansfort continually questioned the divide between nature and technology. When I started researching the influence of technology on humans, I did not expect nature to play such a big part in it. For me, this research has resulted in a very different view on the relationship between nature and technology. Therefore, I owe a lot to the next nature book, written by Kurt von Mansfort. For anyone interested to read more about this subject, I would recommend reading this fascinating book. My opinion on technology itself has also changed. Before this research, I was far more of a techno-optimist than I am now. I have reached more of a middle ground between being a techno-pessimist and a techno-optimist. I am still very passionate about technology, and the sense of wonder it can create is extremely powerful. The goal of these videos is to have a critical look at the positive and negative characteristics of technology. It is hard to deny the immense positive influence technology has had on the human species. Without our need and desire to build a world for ourselves that is continuously trying to become more efficient and pleasurable, we wouldn't have become the humans we are now. Humans and technology are inseparable. This makes it all the more important for us to be aware of these influences. Technology is moving so quickly that it's always hard for politics and legislation to catch up. And not in the least, it is very difficult for humans to keep catching up. We continually have to adjust ourselves to find our comfortable center again, until the next technology comes along. I hope these videos help people to understand that humans cannot simply be for or against technology. Simply being against technology would deny the technological human nature. And simply accepting all technological inventions would be quite dangerous. Therefore, we always have to question ourselves, how do we use technology to improve ourselves as a species? It is especially important for programmers and designers to be aware of these technological influences. It is our responsibility to design and apply technology in such a way that it affects us positively. Designers, artists, and programmers have an important task to take the moral influences of technology into account. New technologies yield new questions and new perspectives of the future. One of the major technological breakthroughs that we have all experienced emerging into our lives is the internet. The internet has massively changed our perception. In most ways positive, but also in some ways less pleasurable. For example, it is changing our notion of privacy. With technology like Google Glass, we are trying to find out what our personal boundaries are.
Gender. Why don't we do that with race? Hi.
Oh, hey.
You are who?
Huh?
You are who?
What do you mean?
Who are you and why are you taking our photo?
Oh, I'm taking a video.
Why?
Why? Why
Is
not?
what we're asking. You don't have permission to.
Oh.
We're not free subjects. You ask.
Oh, okay.
Is usually how that works.
No, it's fun. I'm just taking a video.
It's all right, but we're saying we don't want to be part of that video.
Oh.
And that's our choice. It's a private classroom, and people have paid for this time. Bye.
This is very difficult because everyone has different boundaries. For newer generations, these sort of changes might be considered normal. That is why it's important to continually question technology and think of the consequences. But we have always been bad at trying to predict the future. We never really know where specific technologies might take us. The telephone was actually designed to be a hearing aid, and the typewriter was designed to make it easier for the blind to write. Look at where these inventions have taken us now. Although it is very hard to make any prediction about the future, I still think it's very important to do. Will we one day merge with machines? Will we become transhuman? Will humans be replaced with intelligent machines? People like Ray Kurzweil and Hans Moravec are actively trying to answer and discuss such questions. Technology has the power to achieve wonderful things, but there are two sides to every story. If we in the future would be able to upgrade ourselves to become a post-human by, for example, changing our genetic composition or upgrading ourselves with electronics, we might be able to make big leaps as a species. The American physicist Freeman Dyson believes this kind of technology could help humans overcome poverty and inequality. Personally, I'd find this hard to believe. As it appears now, I think it could achieve an even greater divide between the human species, able to result in a genetic divide between the rich and the poor. Therefore, it is always important to always be critical of technology. As we see most of our world through technology, be it images, screens, language, or words, it is important to be aware of the influence it has on humans. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.